Welcome to the English with Kirsty podcast from www.englishwithkirsty.com. Here I'll be sharing with you tips, information and other learning resources so that you can improve your business English. Hi and welcome back to the English with Kirsty podcast, and today we have another short episode because I wanted to share something with you, and it's something that I created for LinkedIn and for my website. So I'm going to share with you the audio that I made. It was from a video, but the message is the same, so I'm going to post it after this brief introduction because I thought it might be interesting for you, my podcast listeners, because the fact that you're listening to a podcast would suggest that you're interested in podcasts. So this month I'm starting my first interactive webinar for English with Kirsty, because this is not a course, it's a series of webinars where we talk about different topics, give people something to take away, something that they can use. So it's a learning opportunity, but it's interactive as well. So I'm calling them workshops more than webinars because there is this whole interactive element. And I'm not going to tell you all about it because that's what I do in the audio that I'm going to attach, but I'm giving it to you on the podcast because I think it might be relevant to some people who are listening, and you may not have connected with me on my other channels yet. So I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions or you'd like to come to the webinar, that would be great. I'll add the link in the show notes description so you can find out more about the webinar, and you can also message me if you have any questions. Podcast@englishwithkirsty.com. Otherwise, I'll leave you with the information from the video, and I hope you have a good week, and I also hope to see some of you at the webinar. Hi everybody. I don't enjoy making videos, but I decided to make a video because I want to tell you about something new that I'm going to be doing, and it's going to start this month, in fact. I have a series of interactive workshops coming up. They are going to be on different subjects, but the first one is something that I particularly care about because it's something that's helped me as a language learner. And I think if it's helped me, then I can also share my ideas, my tips with you, and hopefully it will help you too to develop your English skills, but also skills in other languages. It's not only for people who are learning English, it's about language and language learning. So if you're learning another language, this might be relevant for you as well. So the first topic, or the topic for the February webinar, is about podcasts and how we can use them to help us to develop our language skills, because often people think about podcasts as just something to listen to when you're walking the dog or going for a run or doing something boring at home. But they can be a lot more than that. They can help you to learn vocabulary. They can also help you to develop your speaking and your writing skills. And that's something that we're going to touch on in the interactive workshop, because it's kind of limiting if you only think of them as some kind of passive listening exercise. There's so much more that we can do with podcasts. And that's what I want to talk about and explore with the people at the workshop. It will be practical, so that's why I'm a bit reluctant to call it a webinar, because it will be practical. There will be questions, there will be things for you to think about and things for you to do. And the idea is that not everybody needs a course, not everybody needs a trainer, but sometimes we can feel a bit stuck in terms of what we can do to improve our language skills, and different activities to try, maybe things we haven't even thought of, but that would help us. So the idea is to help you to find the podcast that will be most useful for you, and also what to do with them once you've found them. So first of all, identifying them, and then, what can we do with them? How can they help us? Because I have a podcast, the English with Kirsty podcast, and I've had that since around 2015. But before that, I used them a lot for learning German. I'm not learning Turkish at the moment, but I used podcasts a lot for improving my Turkish at the time. So as well as being a teacher, I have a lot of experience of using this form of listening material to really help with language development, and then using the language as well. So my plan is to share that, some of the tips and some of the things that you can go away and then put into practice, because so much of what we learn in training is just something to learn, something to know. But if you're learning a language, what's important is that you go away and use it and implement it. And that's the kind of thing that I want to promote with these webinars and workshops, things that you can go away, implement, and that your language learning will be better, or that you will have more fun with it, or that you will see better results. So the webinar is 1 hour long. It's on Thursday, the 22nd of February at 4 o'clock London and Portugal time, 5 o'clock CET, and 6 o'clock EET. So Thursday afternoon, I will add the link to the page for the workshop where you can sign up and reserve your place. And I hope you will enjoy it. I hope to see some of you there, and I hope that it will help you to work on your language skills, to have more fun with language learning, and to make it a bigger part of your everyday life. See you there.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the English with Kirsty podcast. If you have any questions or comments, my email address is kirsty@englishwithkirsty.com, or you can go to www.englishwithkirsty.com/podcast, where you'll find information about the individual episodes.